remaining from Tails, and is Tails going to go ahead and get a little bit of a comeback? He's still down in supply, 150 to 178, but TLO just needs to make more units. What is he making back home? Wow, we're having a little bit of a lag spike. Sorry about that, guys. But 25 roaches in production right now for TLO. 7 corruptors on the way, 3 additional broodlords on the way for the Zerg player. 179 supply for TLO, 142 for Tails. Now, is Tails going to push forward? Which I think would be overextending because he can't really move into this wall of spines, I guess you can say. He's even going to go ahead and lift it up, and it's going to be very hard. I think the better option at this point for Tails is to go ahead and try to take a 4th expansion. Possibly this expansion, maybe even this expansion, but I think Tails is going to do just that. But hold that thought. Looks like TLO trying to engage once again. Tails just has a bunch of units. Now TLO, he should just gather up his units. I mean, he can either build a few spines. Doesn't really have a lot of units at this point. 76 drones. He does have 4 broodlords, 28 roaches, 7 corruptors, and 1 infestor. I think he definitely needs a little bit more infestors in this overall unit composition. But there is the 4th being built for Tails. It's going to go ahead and transfer over some probes. But this is just such a back and forth game. TLO had such a huge advantage. The fact that he denied the 3rd expansion for a long time, he got the superior tech, he got the better army engagements, but Tails just held in there, defended the natural, defended the 3rd, lost it twice, but still expanded. He's not looking too shabby at all. He's down at supply, 178 to 199, but it's all going to come down to the next engagement. I don't know if TLO can go ahead and remax if this attack does not go in his favor. He just doesn't really have a lot of resources, nor the gas. But at this point, TLO even going to send some more roaches and links here towards the right side of the map. Might even want to come in from an engagement, maybe a flank, which is something you see a lot from TLO. We're just going to have to wait and see at this point. Alright, looks like Tails going to go ahead and blink forward. TLO and Tails pretty much just chilling right now. They're not really wanting to attack into each other's army. TLO has a bunch of units here. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do with it. I would love to see an additional run by, try to do some damage to the economy of Tails. Meanwhile, we do see the Ultralisk Cavern on the way from TLO. Where is the Ultralisk Cavern? There it is. Okay, cute. There it is. So we're going to see a Ultra transition. Meanwhile, the roaches and lings I was talking about earlier are going to try to move into that front 4th expansion. Tails not really going to be able to do much, just going to get attacked by this huge ball of stalkers and colossi. But ultras are going to be good. I think the transition is good for TLO. He has a bunch of broods right now. 12 broodlords, 12 roaches, 1 corruptor. But the thing is he going to have the economy to try to even tech into ultras? He's sitting on a good amount of gas. Minerals are not so high, not really mining a lot. Only mining about 1,300, so Tails is mining more. Finally, Tails, we're going to see the Stargate on its way for the Protoss player. Hopefully, we're going to see a mothership rather soon, even a Dark Shrine. This is such a great option from Tails. He can go ahead and get a few sneaky warp-ins into the bottom right. No detection at all on the right side. Actually, there's a fews spores here. But he's trying to do some damage, and he knows if he lets TLO sit for such a long time, it's going to be extremely hard. Meanwhile, it looks like TLO is just going to Tails is just going to go ahead and attack into this. Maybe not. Maybe just going to go ahead and kill additional creep tumors, which is kind of looking what we're going to see from Tails. But this is just, it's such a passive game at this point, guys. I mean, this is such a crucial point for both the players. If you attack into your opponent and you lose your army, you're not in a good position. If you attack and you kill it, of course, you're going to have a very, very high chance of winning the game. But you don't want to overextend. You want to play slow, you want to play passive, and you want to play safe, which is what we're seeing from Tails as well as TLO. But TLO might be posturing to go ahead and go for an attack, moving towards the right side of the map. Actually, hold that thought. There's actually a drop in the actual main of Tails. A lot of infestors, a lot of roaches, infested terrans being thrown down. Tails very much on top of it, immediately going to send his whole army back and forth, and this is going to give TLO a timing. TLO is just going to go ahead and attack into the front base. If he kills this expansion, it's going to be so good for TLO. And it looks like he's just going to go ahead and do that. A lot of upgrades onto these broodlords. We do see 3-1, and this is the thing. I love the fact that TLO did this. Now he's going to catch his opponent completely off guard. Tails is pinned back into his natural. TLO has to have the better concave once this attack happens. Even going to go ahead and send some infested terrans into that top left position. Looks like TLO going to attack into the blinking forward. It is going to be Tails focusing down a lot of these Broodlords. That is a lot of units from Tails, man. But that's still a lot of Broodlords. Not a lot of them remain, though. Only 10 remain. Infested Terran's even going to get thrown down right now. Blinking forward again. TLO is losing a lot of Broodlords. Infestor's not really being put to use. I don't think they have a lot of energy. There we go. We're going to see a few Infested Terrans get thrown down. But Tails is down to 134 supply. TLO also down to 140 supply. TLO does not have the economy. 66 drones. It's going to be super hard to max out when you don't have a good economy. And the thing is, this expansion is not taken by either player. If TLO takes this expansion or takes this expansion, I think, I just really think that he's going to go ahead and try to get additional units on the map, maybe even get Ultras, even more Broodlords. It looks like he's just going to stay committed to this Broodlord tech right now, making 3 additional Broodlords. Mothership is on its way for Tails, and Tails has the supply lead, 164 to 132. This is just so crazy. Man, it's so hard for TLO right now. I mean, what can you really do? Is he going to make more Broodlords? Can he afford more Broodlords? He is making 3. He's going to get a few Infestors. That is not a lot of Spines as well. For TLO is Tails. Tails can take that expansion again, or he can just try to go for a push. It seems like he's going to expand, which is, of course, the better option at this point for Tails. Mothership is almost out. Where's the Mothership? There is the Mothership. It's gonna be hard, man. Once the Mothership hits the map, once the energy is there for Vortex, it's gonna be super hard for TLO to really do anything. He's gonna go ahead and mix in a few Ultras in his composition, getting more Broodlords, getting more Banelings. I don't know if Banelings are gonna be so good at this point. Maybe they might be able to get a few hits given the fact that there's not a lot of sentries in the army of Tails. Of course, you don't want to be investing gas into sentries this late in the game. You want to get the higher techs like the Archons, like the Mothership. Of course, like the Templar. A few Chainlings moving in, seeing the composition. Tails ahead in supply still. 184 supply to 152. Now TLO is looking like he's going to attack again, moving towards the right side of the map once again. 4th, actually 5th, going to go ahead and get taken once again for Tails. And there's the expansion from TLO. This is what he needs to do. He needs to expand as much as possible. I love the fact that he has the units in this location. If he can go ahead and defend this area, he might have a chance of getting back into this game. Although he's not doing too bad at all. He has a bunch of gas, a bunch of minerals. Even going to see an Overlord drop here. Baneling drops being incorporated this late into the game is so cool. You don't really expect something like that. A bunch of Banelings being blown up onto the probes. That is a lot of probes killed, man. Tails all the way down to 40 probes. Just now going to go ahead and react. And this is the beauty. This is the beauty of Protoss, guys. This is a Mothership. I'm not going to tell you about the Mothership because I guarantee you know a lot about this thing, but this is sort of the winning blow for the Protoss players when it comes this late into the game. But TLO is not out of it by anything. He killed a bunch of probes, sort of evening up the economy. He is ahead, 65 to 42. Going to go ahead and try to take this expansion. Might even want to take this expansion, although it's going to be very hard to defend this area, as well as this area for the Zerg player. But with that being said, a few Lings going to try to make their way into that top left expansion. Not really going to do too much. Man, this is just a crazy game. It's like my voice is dying because of how amazing this game is. I know that doesn't really make sense, but it's just so back and forth. And Tails is just going to attack. He has energy for the Vortex, and TLO sees the Mothership. He's like, okay, you know what? I need to split my Broodlord. This is exactly what we're going to see. Vortex is going to get hit into the Infestors. That is so many units from Tails. And he's just going to move in, and that's the Broodlords. The Broodlords still remain, and that's the good thing. No Vortex is going to hit at all onto these Broodlords. TLO now 164 supply to 162. Both players are pretty much even in supply right now, and there is the Vortex coming out with the Infestors. Infestors not really going to do too much. TLO not in the best position right now, trying to morph in additional Broodlords, getting Corruptors, getting Centrifugal Hooks. Just now going to get Baneling speed. 6 Lings in production, just not the right army to attack into this. Although he's doing a fantastic job of defending this, he cannot really produce a lot of units. 130 supply for TLO, 147 for Tails. Tails quickly cleaning everything up, even going to blink forward, take off a few of the Overlords from TLO. And Tails has the map control. He absolutely has the map control at this point. His expansions are ahead. His economy is much better than TLO. He's ahead in supply, which is definitely something you want to do when you want to be winning these kinds of matches. But the thing that TLO has for him is he has the spines. He can go ahead and camp here in this area for as long as possible and just try to build an economy. He's not really mining. I think this is pretty much his only mining base at this point. he can't really sacrifice drones into spines because he doesn't have a lot of drones. So it becomes a very, very tough position for TLO to really try to do anything. He's going to go ahead and try to lift some spines. Tails is very much on top of this with his observer. He knows, of course, that he's doing this so he can try to take this expansion. Now, what is the response going to be from Tails? I can guarantee he's going to hit a timing. There it is. So Tails knows. He's like, okay, you know what? You want to expand here? No way. You're even going to try to build additional spine crawlers? No way. And he's going to move forward right now, blinking into the spines with the stalkers. Whoa, there's the Broodlords getting the better concave. But that is a lot of Protoss units. He is just going to run over these spine crawlers. TLO spreading his Broodlords very well. In fact, the Vortex is going to go off on about 5 or 6, but that is a lot of units from Tails. Blinking forward, Vortex going off on about 5 to 6 Broodlords. TLO down to 120 supply, 160 supply is for the Protoss player. 37 minutes into the game, guys. This is such a crazy game. Number 2, game number 1 was even, it was a short game, but just look at the caliber of these players. TLO so close to winning in this match, down to 95 supply. Tails pretty much has this game in the bag. It's going to be extremely hard for him to take a loss in this match. Production tab, Corruptors and Lings, not the best composition from TLO. GG gets called by LiquidTLO. MVPTaiLs is going to go ahead and take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 series, guys. I hope you are enjoying my cast. My name is Promise. My voice is like dying, but talk in the chat. Please, like, talk to each other. Let me know what's up. Who's going to win the next game? How do you feel about the games? Of course, this is only game number 2. We're going to get into game number 3 in just a minute. We're just going to wait for a map choice from TLO once again. And game number 3 coming at you guys after this quick commercial break. My name is Promise. I hope you're enjoying my cast. Game number 3 between LiquidTLO and MVPTaiLs coming at you in just a minute. Stay tuned. Alright guys, it is looking like TLO is going to choose the map Ohana for game number 3. Let me go ahead and host the map. This is such a sick song. You guys might be wondering, what is this song? This is actually something that was made just for us, for the CSN All-Stars. I hope you guys are liking this song too. I don't want to be the only one saying this song is good. But it's a pretty sick song. So guys, game number 3 is the Ohana between LiquidTLO and Tails. Waiting for the players to get into the lobby. We're going to get started soon. Alright guys, we are in the lobby of ESV Ohana. LiquidTLO has joined the game, Tails has joined the game, and you guys might be wondering, is this live? Is this live? I said about like 50 times this is live, but you know what? You guys want proof? Here's the proof, okay? I'm in the game lobby, TLO and Tails are in the game. I have the privilege of casting this game, of course. And if you guys are enjoying my casting, please don't hesitate to follow me on Twitter. A few people or a few mods are actually in the chat. If you want to follow me, my Twitter is at SC2Promise. I hope you're enjoying the cast. I hope you're enjoying the commentary, the players. I mean, everything does not happen without you guys. It's really the fans, the community that make all this happen. So Tails currently waiting on him to get into the game. And we should be in it here very, very shortly.